Dude, we're back. We are back. Man, I keep hitting these live streams because I have just been so busy and it won't stop coming. I've got some videos on the cam for y'all, but I got a little editing I need to do. I should sit down and do this right now, but I want to sit and play guitar, so I just live stream instead. I promise there's more content coming though, you guys. I'm shooting a music video today for most of the day with Lanco. Then I'm going straight to a gig down in Franklin, which is a suburb of kind of Nashville, outside of Nashville. And then tomorrow morning, I'm heading up to Ohio to do a little cover gig with an old group I used to play with. And I'm going to gig vlog it, do the thing. So I'm drinking some coffee. I should be editing a video for you guys. But instead, I want to play guitar. It's tough out here, you know? Dude, I got the Strat out today. For the people that are watching this after the fact, the real Strat, as they'd say. What is up, you guys? We got both David and Dave in here. What's up, you guys? Matthew. Man, I got a little more reverb on today. We're hanging, we're playing. Okay, we got every David in the country in here right now. What's up, you guys? Bird, David, Matthew. Strat sounds so good. How does the tone and playability compare to your PRS Strat? They're definitely different. This neck is a little bit thinner. Also, this Strat has, I've had this guitar since 2000. It's a 2003, and I've had it since 2010 or 2011. So this Strat from 2010 or 11, whatever, till 2021, this was the only electric guitar I owned, which meant it came out on every gig. So all that to say, this thing has been played in. Now, it's got a little bit of problems, but I finally got it set up good. I've got 9.5s on it right now, just to compensate for the truss rod can't be adjusted. That's the problem with it. And it has nothing to do with the make of the guitar. There was someone that tried to work on the guitar that messed it up. It's a whole story. But so playability, this neck is thinner. These pickups are the noiseless pickups, which I think are a little darker in general. And we can do some back and forth. I actually got the Silver Sky, the SE Silver Sky, sitting right next to me. They're both very different. These noiseless pickups have a little more natural compression, but for that out of phase stuff, also the treble bleed isn't great. There's definitely, like, here's the volume on 8. Once I go up to 10, gets a lot brighter. But for that out of phase stuff, man, really shines. Here's the neck pickup. It's funny, maybe it sounds bright, and I have my EQ set up a little bit for that, but the other one is definitely brighter. I think in the room it doesn't sound quite as much. I will say I'm playing fairly loud, so on the phone I don't know what that's leading to. But it's great. I mean, this is a killer guitar, and I love to own both. I play the SC Silver Sky out a lot more, but now that I've got this one up and working again, this one could be making a really solid return. So yes, this one's a Fender. This is a 2003, and it is an American Deluxe Strat. In Tobacco Burst is what they call it. I'm gonna do it. Ha! Man, that's just plugged straight into the amp, no drive or anything. Dude, killer live stream. All right, off the bat, bunch of people in here. I say it all the time, but got 70 people in here, 8 likes. Hit that like button for me, you guys. I know I'm doing the YouTube thing on that, but I'm pumped. I should be editing a video for you guys. I should be. I've got like 3 in the can, almost ready to go that I need to finish, but I wanted to play guitar instead. So I threw on the live stream. Got a really busy day coming up. But hanging. All right, let me get to a couple of these questions. I might play at a country festival in a few months. It's my first gig. Any tips? Right on, Matthew. It's your first gig ever? If it's your first gig ever, here's some of my general tips. Go into it, practice the music. Practice it really good. You're going to look better, sound better, play better, obviously, on stage if you know the music. Now, that seems obvious, but it's also just knowing it well enough that you're confident so you can go up and, play. At the end of the day, it's entertainment business too. So you want to, be confident enough where you can move around a little bit on stage or something, get into it, have some fun. So I know the music really well. That's the main key thing. And then just come prepared for stuff to go wrong. Bring an extra cable. What happens if your pedal board dies? Just at least think about what you're going to do in that situation. If your amp doesn't work, those types of things. And what'll happen is none of that might happen on this first gig. But if you keep gigging, that will happen. Your pedal board will die, or a pedal will die, or there's a patch cable and you can't figure out which one it is. Maybe there's not enough power, or your amp dies. What if you break a string? Might be good to have a backup guitar up there just in case, There's all those types of things to think about. Now, I don't want to freak you out about the gig, but as you play more and more, stuff like that does happen, And it's just part of getting those reps in of being like, okay, I've had this happen before. I'm in the middle of a song and I've lost signal. The first thing I do, if I lose signal and I'm in the middle of a song, I unplug straight from the pedal board and go straight into the amp. Now, if I still don't have signal, that's telling me there's something wrong with the amp or the current cable I'm using, or maybe the guitar. It's almost never the guitar that you're just flat out losing signal from. But if that works, then okay, something's going on my pedal board, And how do you get to that point? It's from doing it a bunch. And I say, that's happened to me a bunch of times, a ton of times. I've gotten up with Lanco right off the bat for the very intro of our stuff. The lights are down. The intro track is like going. We start playing a little bit. I go up and I hit it, and there's no noise. Nothing's coming out. And I come right off the bat playing like a whole thing. And I've had that before where we use wireless packs, and I always keep a chord wrench on the ground because that's happened before. And I plug straight into the board. Maybe it's the wireless pack. Sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, there's all types of stuff. So I just say be prepared for things not to go right. And then the last bit of advice is have some fun. If that's your first gig, that's awesome, Matthew, and congrats. Gun Blues Shelter. Name, song, Menajar Harpin. That's an interesting name. I don't know them, Joel. But, okay, Jimmy, okay, I'm way behind on the comments. Sounds like SRV. Yeah, it's got that vibe, you know. I was playing a Strat. My bass player loaned me an Eddie Roman custom-built Strat when my bass player passed away. I'm sorry to hear that. Felt compelled to give the guitar back to his widow. Well, David, you probably did the right thing, but, you know, maybe there's a Strat in your future. Learn the music backwards and forwards, deaf. Backups for backups. Hey, yeah, hey, and you guys, Brad, are you in here, dude? Hey, I've never met Brad, and Brad, I've followed your channel. You moved to Florida, but I enjoyed your stuff, man. In there, just kind of talking and stuff. I think we're from a slightly different generation, and it's just, yeah, it's cool to see you in on the YouTube thing, man. I don't personally know Brad, but y'all should check out his channel. I've heard you playing. Brad can, like, dude, you can, like, rip and shred. And I didn't come up in that. You know what, Brad? One of my favorite videos was when you were telling, you just told a story. You were talking about being in LA when you were young, and the guy was getting you to maybe come to a questionable shoot somewhere or something. You know, I thought that was really interesting. But hey, I hope Florida's doing good. I'm down there a decent amount. My dad has a place in Sarasota, so I get to go down there a couple times a year. And obviously we gig down there. I've got Tampa coming up on our tour next year. I got Sarasota. I got at least those two. Hey, thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, cool to see you in here, Brad. Can you play something in minor chord? I mean, here's a minor chord. That little wing thing I was doing earlier, right, starts on E minor. That's a, man, if you guys are newer and you haven't learned that progression, learn the progression, you know? Even if you can't play all the stuff, like at this point, I haven't even listened to the actual song in so long that I'm just making up the licks in between. But dude, just doing that 6 to 1 to 2, back to 6, great progression, right? Then you go to 3, 4, or 3, down to 2, 1, flat 7. We're going to 4, then 5, dude, that's a great progression. Even if you're just strumming it and going. Killer progression. I know the guys that have been on here and playing for a while, like you, everybody knows that. But some of the newer people, maybe you haven't thought about that. And don't let all the, you know, I'd encourage you just to learn that progression. Even if you're not doing all the actual ways Hendrix is doing it, right? But just thinking about it, it's such a great thing to walk through. And it walks you through so many different changes, right? Of going to 6 to 1, 1 up to 2 is great, back to 6, great. And then you got the 3. I think at one point he does a. At 1, flat 7 in there, 4, 5. Anyways, great progression. Great progression, dude. So that's technically kind of in minor, because you can't get away with just. Can't just get away with playing E minor, but once you start getting a little bit more, you can really start thinking, okay, we're going to the 1 chord, or we're going to the 2 chord, you know? And that, it's just such good practice. There's so much stuff inside of that, because I could start on E minor, go. Now I went up to that G. Taking that progression also and trying to play it around the neck, right? What if I just played it up here? And this is working on your chord shapes, man, of being up here and I'm being like, okay, I'm a 6. 1, 2, 6, 3, 2, 1, flat 7, 4. See how little my hand moved? I just played the whole thing. So anyways, I really went on a tangent there, but I'm telling you guys, it's good practice, you know? Take that progression, learn it how he's actually moving it, and then start moving it around. And there's just so many good changes in there. Okay. Eddie from Stranger Things? I don't know it. Hey, Brad, yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, Brad, on Instagram at least, if you've got Instagram, or on timavenmusic@gmail.com, if you reach out and you want to come to the Tampa show, I've got tickets for you, dude. You absolutely can. That'll be in March next year, I think, early March. Any new guitars lately? I've been seeing a lot of PRSs getting played lately. Yeah, Devin, I've got 3 PRSs, and I'm a PRS artist. So I had bought one initially, and then I have a couple other through our relationship. But I love them. I'm normally playing a PRS, but today we got the old Strat out. And this thing is so good, especially that out-of-phase stuff, man. I love all the... Look, we throw a little bit of dirt on it, and that... Love that out of phase stuff. Here's it on the neck. back, and I got the tone knocked down a little bit. I normally wouldn't have that much reverb on. You know, I'd be doing... Anyways, I like it for this. That Klon type of drive, I've got the tumness on. It definitely colors it a lot, but sometimes that color's cool. Okay, hey, let me answer some more of you guys' questions. A favorite acoustic brand? It's Martin and then actually Gibson. But Martin, no doubt. But I love some Gibsons too. Artie, what's up? Present. Thanks, man. Hey, yeah. Beautifully done. Hey, thanks. Did you teach T-Bolt? Ha! So you must have gone to Lafayette, maybe. I didn't teach her. She taught me when I was a kid. I'll tell you what. I say this, and Tracy knows that. Dude, she set my whole life on this course. No doubt. You know, one teacher that was teaching me, but then also it was more the encouraging and being like, hey, you're good at this. You should keep doing it. And literally my whole life course since then has been because of Tracy. Minor chord stuff, is like bread and butter all day long. Chord subs for this? Brad, no. The only Eric Gale thing I've copped from that Lil Wing deal is just him hitting that classic diminished chord a half step below, going back then. I copped that from him, which I just had never used it in that context, you know, but that's a classic move, which I know Brad knows, but other people might not, right? You can, leading up to, as a passing tone, you can go a half step below the minor chord you're headed to, play a diminished. It's great. It's this kind of sound too, if I play it right. You can also do a whole step up. Because the diminished stacked a minor third, so if you just move your root up a minor third each time, you're just doing an inversion with the same shape. Anyways, we don't have to get too in the weeds on there, but Brad, that's the only thing I've caught from Eric Gale on that. But he does an awesome version. I've listened to it a bunch, but I haven't copped anything else. Could you show us how to play Lil Wing? I can talk more about it. I guess I just kind of did, but did you teach T. Bolton's class over Thanksgiving? Yeah, I did. Are you from Lafayette? I'm from India. Hello, Artie. Franco, what's up, you guys? Man, killer stream off the bat today. I don't have tons of time. We've got about another 30, 40 minutes on here. I'm going to an all day long at noon music video shoot for Lanco. And we're doing like a live performance type shoot. So we're doing that at Soundcheck. And then I'm headed down to Franklin to play a little cover gig tonight. And then I'm waking up early tomorrow and going to play a cover gig in... where are we going? It's called Bristol Republic. Columbus, Ohio, maybe? Can't remember. I think right around there. With some guys I used to play with all the time. I don't now, but our year's coming to a close with Blanco. I've got 2 nights in Vegas next weekend, but right now I'm hanging. So he needed a sub, and I'm gonna go sub. Play Gravity, nice electronics. Okay, I can play some Gravity. Got any tips for bar chords? Other than practice, I've been trying to get them down for years and can't to seem to save my life. Okay, you guys want the bar chord lesson? I'm going to give that to you. Let me answer a couple more of these questions right now. Brad, you probably already jetted, but it's great to see you too. You know, I can read sheet music, but very, very slowly, and I never use it in my job. So, a loop, chord progression, and harmonic major. Some nice voice leadings would be nice. How would you construct a harmonic major? I don't know what you're talking about there. I don't know if you're calling it something different. I don't know what harmonic major is. Harmonic minor, you add the major 7th. That's that sound. So you're talking harmonic minor, you do it. It's over that sound, you know, so. going to talk about bar chords. Let me give you guys the quick tip. I hate to say it. I guarantee this will make you better at bar chords. I know it is just practice, and you're right. But this is how you're going to do it. You're grabbing this E-shaped. This is an A major bar chord, but it's an E shape. Now, if that doesn't make sense, that's fine. But you probably know this one. It's the F chord, right? Full bar chord. Now, I'll say for caveat, I never play that whole chord. Really, I'm always playing it like this. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is what you need to do. You need to sit and grab it, and you're going to pluck each string. You're going to do this. Listen. Now you hear that? Every string is ringing. Every single one. There's no buzz. There's nothing being muted out. So what you want to do is when you grab that, let's say you grabbed that and it sounded like this. You get to one that sounds like this. You need to zoom in and say, okay, I landed on the D string right here. My pinky's under the D string. Why is that not making sound? Or why is it buzzing? Or why is it right? So you got to zoom in on your own thing and say, okay, I need to press my pinky down a little harder maybe. Or maybe my ring finger's leaning over and blocking it, you know, and it's just you want to get it all clean like this. Pick through each one of those bad boys. And then I'd sit, if you sit and do that, check this out. You sit and do that. You put a timer on and you dedicate 5 minutes a day for a week on it, on just that. You will be able to play the bar chords afterwards. There's just no question about it. It's no question. There's no way you won't. If you actually sit just 5 minutes, you'll start to build a hand strength. Make sure you're not pressing way too hard, but press hard enough to get that sound out. 5 minutes a day, dude, you've got those bar chords down. Guaranteed. That is a guarantee. There's no way around it. Okay. Not a Strat guy. SE, yeah. The SE's awesome, man. Good stuff. John Mayer's song. Play John. Hello from Boston. Mike, so many comments, you guys. What tuning do you prefer? I'm just in standard. La Rusta. W. Tracy. Yeah, W. Tracy. Gravity. Okay. Does your guitar have that metal thing that makes it sound kind of wiggly? It does, but I never use that. Tremolo bar, whammy bar, whatever you want to call it. I never use it. So this guitar has one, and it's somewhere in a case somewhere, but I never use it. So I don't own machine gun it. I'm sorry that I don't. Yeah, wrapping the thumb for bar chords, definitely, like, after, you want to get this down, right? Like, you got to be able to do this. It's just a fundamental. You need to know that. But once you start getting better, you want to put that thumb up. And the thing is, if you're not using your thumb, and some guitar teachers might literally tell you, don't use your thumb. If you're not using your thumb, you're just one finger down from the rest of us. You've just got one less finger to use, man. You've got to use your thumb. And to do all that Hendrix stuff, all the... So start practicing that thumb, man, because all of that Hendrix stuff... See that? I couldn't play that. I can't even play it without my thumb. It's... Yes. I don't like free lessons, so here you go. Thanks for the tip on the bar chords. I'll give it a try and let you know how practice. Absolutely. I'm not human. Dude, thank you so much. First tip of the day. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys. And hey, you don't have to tip. But if you hit that like button, that helps a lot too. We got a good amount of people in here right now. I wish I could go live for a lot longer. I've got about 20, 25 minutes left on here. But, dude, thank you so much. I promise it will help. I'm not human. I absolutely promise. It's just that dedicated practice, thinking about it, playing them individually so you can see where you're going wrong. What aren't you pushing down hard enough on? What is getting muted out? And then try that with the different bar chord shapes. You know, we use this one as an example, but also I'll use this quick time to plug. If you're interested in lessons, anybody, you can email timavenmusic, just like my YouTube username, at Gmail. I do FaceTime lessons. I do lessons with people literally from all over. So, okay. He said it's a major scale with a flat 6. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is melancholic. Hi, Tim. Sounds like you're busy jetting around. SoCal, Lou, we'll be back out in SoCal next year. Next year, which we're coming up on next year. It sounds so far away when I say that. Oh, Mr. Fine. Hey, great to see you. Yeah, Paul, I was sad that you weren't there. I had asked Tracy about it. But I'll be back for Christmas. And I won't have any time to teach there, but I'll shoot you a text, Paul. Maybe we can go get a beer. It'd be great to see you. What amp today? It sounds like a deluxe reverb because I got more reverb on today than I normally play, but it's still the HDRX20, man. I'm playing this thing all day long. I love this thing. So. Yes, so what amp do I use? It's an PRS HDRX20 is what it's called. Chris, great to see you. Hey, Tim, if you were to buy your first pedal again, what would it be? HX Stomp? My first pedal again would probably be the same thing I did. If I had to do it again with the knowledge now, I think, and we won't include a tuner in that because once you start using pedals, I mean, you kind of need a tuner on the ground. But first pedal ever was a Tube Screamer. I'd still maybe do that, although I don't run one on my board now. So honestly, it'd probably be the Nobles ODR1. $100 for a non-vintage one, and they're awesome, man. The HX Stomp, I didn't need till later in my career when I started needing more sounds, delays, stuff like that. Good question, though. Hello from Yellow Card Ocean Band. Good to see you again, Christopher. Peyton, learned the thumb wrap off Mayer's stuff forever ago. Yep, Devin, that's where I got it from too, man. I play bass and drums. I'm going to get a guitar. What's the best first thing to practice? Good question. What is the best first thing to practice? You know, I'd say off the bat, let me get this coffee. Off the bat, brand new, start learning some of your cowboy chords. It doesn't sound fun, but this is going to be fun fundamentals. Learn a G chord, or you might, you know, when you're beginning, you might learn like this, but whatever. Learn a G chord, learn a D chord, or an A minor, an A, an E, you know? And you only have to learn a couple of those, and then you can start looking up songs you know on Ultimate Guitar and just strum along, you know? You know, I'd start there. As soon as you want to start getting into soloing some, just look up a video on the minor pentatonic. That first position, someone's going to be on YouTube teaching you just... You know, I'd start there. But Sean, good to see you. Hello from Limerick. Just wondering, what do you listen Grateful Dead? I don't listen to a ton of Grateful Dead. The only one I know off the top of my head is the... How important do you think it is to learn songs? Really important. Now, learning songs, all solos, note for note and everything, you don't have to do that, but playing with the track, that starts to, it develops everything. It's working on your timing. It's also a little bit working on your dynamics. You really got to play with real people to work on dynamics. In fact, I was teaching a thing with some kids over Thanksgiving break, and there was a couple players there that was really great. And one in particular, I just noticed we had like 5 guitar players playing, and everybody's young. I'm 30. These are younger kids I was teaching with. And they're all great, all learning great stuff. But one of the things that I was talking about was dynamics, because we were all jamming, and one kid was just way louder. Even when he's strumming the chords, he's at like full volume, going, and it's just like, it's too much, So playing with other people will also develop those dynamics and being like, hey, you got to think about this. You want that horsepower to cut through so people hear you when you solo, but when you're blocking out those chords, you got to back off some, whether it's rolling down your volume, whether it's not hitting as hard. That's kind of up to you and in the moment, but that's important. But learning songs is great, and I was always terrible and still am at learning note for note every single thing, but just picking up little pieces is going to go a really long way. Just little pieces in there, How's the pup doing? He is great. He is at the grandparents' house right now. But he is doing awesome. He will be back on the lives next week. I left-handed, but play traditional, right? Okay. Any tips on getting picking hand faster other than practice? Been playing for a few years and can't quite. Muddy Dog, and I hate to say it, I don't think I have any tip other than practice, but also my right hand is really slow. A lot of my speed comes from the hammer-on and pull-off stuff. It's like faux speed, if I'm come down to this and I do like whatever, right? So much of that is hammer-ons and pull-offs. There I'm also hybrid picking a bunch of it. I don't have a really quick right hand. I can't do it that. I mean, I really. I just slow it down, make sure you're better be slow and accurate than fast and sloppy. But sorry, Muddy Dog, I know that's not the best help, honestly. Hi, Tim, what bar should we know? Love the channel. Hey, thanks, Brian. Tell me what you mean when you say what bar. Oh, bar. You mean like in Nashville or whatnot? Awesome Bar, Underdog, off Broadway and the East Side, Nashville. Guthrie Trapp, if you follow his channel, plays there a lot. It's the best affordable guitar for beginners. I'd look at the Squire stuff if you like Strats, and if you like Les Pauls, look at maybe the Epiphone stuff is what I'd say. It's a song you like. I agree. Salute, Janelle F. There we go. My man, favorite acoustic strings Engage. I use elixirs on everything because I wear the strings out quick. And You can talk all day long about coded strings, not coded strings. You know what? I've been yet to be booed off stage because I'm playing coded strings. Or anybody come up and say, dude, the tone was good, but if those strings weren't coded, it'd be better, you know? So that's all just internet whatever. None of it matters. It's going to sound good. So I use elixirs, and I use the standard gauge, which on acoustic, I think the lightest is 12, right? On electrics, I use 10s, except this guitar. This guitar has 9.5s, actually. Better than Marty. I might not be a better teacher. I've heard Marty play, though, and, you know, I can play, but... I love that stuff, dude. Doing that... Ooh, that's a good lick. Went down the 5 chord there. Let it back. Okay. Hey, Sean, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate for saying the thing. Guys, I must be way behind on the comments, but... Understanding rhythm. I agree with everything Sean said. How do you learn how to EQ your amp settings? Otis, that's messing with them. It's messing with them. Start getting in there and churning knobs. You know, so often we kind of get a setting and maybe leave it. Get in there and churn stuff. Turn that treble all the way up and see what it does. It's probably not going to sound the way you want it all the way up, but then back it back so where you like it. Turn that bass all the way up, all the way down, you know? Go to the extremes and then find that middle. Did I take lessons? You know, I've probably taken 10 actual sit-down guitar lessons in my career, but I had a lot of mentors along the way and buddies that were just way better than me. If you want to get better quicker, start playing with some people that are way better than you. I promise that will work. I don't know any Metallica, and I'm sorry. I'm a lot of blues, country, kind of funk and soul stuff is where I'm at. I don't know really any hard rocker stuff. I mainly play acoustic. Hey, thanks, Muddy Dog. I hope that helps a little bit. One has to develop a relationship with the rhythm. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Even when you're soloing, if I go... Oh, let's do it a little different. Let's do... So if I go, I'm in the key of E. Rhythm there at the end, but see how I can solo even on the simple stuff, but it sounds good because the rhythm's there, the pocket's there. You can kind of groove, and when I go... See how there, though, I'm grooving with myself, even though it's not, you know, that rhythm, you know, being able to kind of try and play in the pocket and stuff like that is definitely a mark between, like, amateur and pro. Because you might be able to sit and rip some licks, but can you just stay in a pocket, even with yourself, you know? Turn on a drum track. A metronome is honestly hard. Metronome is no doubt advanced level, even though a lot of people are taught to start with a metronome. If you find a metronome a little hard, turn on just a drum track. Go on YouTube and type in drum track, where there's nothing but drums, and that just gives you more rhythmic information to play to, right? It's more rhythmic information, which can be a little easier, you know? But even, it's just practicing simple stuff. I can play something easy, but if I'm just going... if you can see this leg. See how I got it going? I'm trying to keep that internal clock. I'm trying the best I can, you know? And that's not a hard thing. I could be going... See how, you know, it really makes a difference. Even when you're playing that simple stuff, what separates the boys from the men, as they say, right, is that good rhythm, staying in that pocket. Okay, you guys, I've got about 5 more minutes on here. Then I've got to run, which I'll do some shorts and stuff today because we're going to shoot a music video and it'll be fun. But Calvin, what's up, Calvin? Just sent an email. Awesome, I'm not human. I appreciate it. I will reply to your email after this. Netherlands, hello. Can you show how to incorporate major, minor, and dominant 7th chords and diminished chords in any key? Well, you only have to learn them in one key, but it's all about context. It's context, right? So major or minor, if the chord is major or minor, it's, you know, that's what it's going to be. If you're playing a blues, there's a good chance, or a country thing, that it's a dominant 7, you know. And it depends on context. You can't just give a blanket statement for being like, oh, how I incorporate this in anything, because some songs are just going to be, whoops, if I play it right. And if that's what they're playing, then that's what they're playing, you know? So it's got to use context, because if you're putting in a major 7th chord, if someone else is playing this, and I'm going, it's not going to sound right. This is a dominant 7th chord versus a major 7, you know? So it's context. The diminished stuff is probably like next level, right? And there's tricks to use it. In a blues, using a sharp diminished 4. So if I'm going, I'm on the 1, 1, here comes the 4. That's a great trick to lead back to the 1. You can also use it half step below a minor chord, or a full step above. So that's another one if I'm going. And that's me walking from 1 to 7, and it's a diminished, down to 6. Okay. I actually only run 9.5s on this Devon because the truss rod cannot be adjusted on this guitar because of some problems it's had. So it's just to help ease the action, because the action is a little higher than my normal ones. That's why. Sean, I agree. I absolutely agree. Guys, I am so far behind on the comments. So let me get in here on these last couple minutes. How do I match my voice with the guitar chords? I'm not a great singer, so I don't do it a ton, to be honest. So I don't have a great answer for you. I'm sorry. Transcendental agitation. About EQ, I feel like it really depends on your attack as well. If you are heavy-handed or light on the pick, absolutely. And that's why I can't just give a blanket statement for you, you know? So I'd get in there and tweak those knobs. And it'll be depending on how you're playing. A lot of times, beginners and people newer, especially if you came from acoustic to electric, are heavy-handed on it. And it's you guys couldn't feel it unless you're me, but I wish you could feel how light I'm playing it, you know? That's light. I'm not picking real hard. If I went, that's a great sign instantly of someone that just doesn't have as much control. And you're just earlier on in the journey. It doesn't mean you're bad. I was there for a long time too, but being able to... Lil Wing. Everyone wants Lil Wing today. Man, hey, thanks, Anita. Dan, what's up? Dan, catch me around lunch. Yeah, man, and you're catching me right as I'm about to hop off. In fact, I really got to get off, you guys, because I need to freaking shower and get dressed and go to this and pack up my stuff and go to this music video shoot. But let me answer a couple more of these questions. Never played a high-end Gibson, but recently bought a Gibson Tribute, and I like it, but have nothing to compare it to. What's your thought on the Tribute? Chris, honestly, I haven't played the Tribute as far as I know. I'm sorry I'm missing a couple questions. Luke said, Roy Gallagher, yeah, I have listened to him, but yep, he's got that really cool, super beat-up Strat. In the genres you play, do you ever see a possibility of using a dominant chord with a flat 2 without it sounding like flamenco? I only see sharp 9. In the genres I play, in live, no, but I'm playing country, and there's just, that's not a thing a lot. The flat 9's great for leading to a minor chord. If you do a 2-5-1 and I go, that's a flat 9. Instead of going a, but the sharp 9 sounds great too. Or you could do a fun trick where you're going, but that flat 9 going down to that minor chord, right? It's just a half step. It's great voice leading. Whoops, if I play it right. Okay, you guys, I hate that I have to get off, but I really do got to get off. All right, you guys, I look like James Bay. Not the first time I've heard that. This is a Fender 2003 American Deluxe Strat. All right, you guys, hate to have to run, but I got to run. I got to go to a music video shoot. I got a really busy day. So I love you all. Killer live stream. We had a ton of people in here, man, you guys. I really appreciate it. Where do you put the ODR1 in your signal chain? It's actually right in the middle. I got 2 drives in front of it and 1 after. But all right, you guys, I've got to run. I got to shower. I got to get out of here. I'm going to be late. So I love you all. Thanks for hanging. Until next time, you guys. Peace.